roll, mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of those. Better not try with me, though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're going to go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. High formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. Watch left. Hup.
We to the mat, Atlanta hat cop to the left, turn to the back.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide. Swing to the field. Right. To the right. Check 3. 26.
Here's Prescott. A beautiful fake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 16. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Open man right side is Shark. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, here we go. Spread left, spread left, spread left. 372. 372.
Now Bortles on the bootleg. Dancing to his left. He finds some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go, let's go. Hank, 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 Hank.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him for a loss of 5.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. From the gun, it's Bortles. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Hey, you got 3. Here we go. Go ahead, Here we go. Kill. 46. Gun. 26.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Get up. Here you go. Here you go, 46. Hey, 47. 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got his tight end, Njoku. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. There for the tackle, Blair Brown.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, switch. There we go. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Miles Jack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
And he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Bortles. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Taken in at the 11. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Now. Here we go, 46. 46.
A second down throw for Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Done.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing is Bortles, escaping the pressure right. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hank.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. David Irving in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know them.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Here we go, 47, 47. 26. Let's go, let's finish now. Start that over here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Always got some breathing room. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And just like that, it's third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations, in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
Under.
They play fake to Elliott. And Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something there'll be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Now he's going to let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. On 1st down, Bortles. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a 43-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. Okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, finish for Ricky. Pull down.
On second down, here's Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hey, let's go. Trip, here we go, here we go.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Let's go, let's go.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. And he completes it to Westbrook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, follow, hold it. Move.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Okay, 372.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Let's go.
Bortles now on first down. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here we go. Bunch right.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like forward-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Let's go. Omaha.
Bortles to throw on second down. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Hey. Lucy.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
11.
Bortles will try again on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's brought down after a good game. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the 3rd and then carry that over to the 4th.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get...
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Here we go. Switch and A. Switch and A. Here we go, 47.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that. I
think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
10th carry now for Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. 34 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here we go. 27.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They'll let Elliott try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 40. 372. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. The open man is Westbrook. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Lucy. Hank.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Lucy.
Now Bortles again. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
4 down, 4 down. Hey, 47. Switch. Watch twitch. 26.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. 46. 26.
They go to Elliott again. And he's got room. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
4 down. Check. Here we go. All right, hey. Hey, alert 48. Let's go back to 48 right now. Let's go. 26.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Hey, here we go. Wide eight. Here we go, going to 54. Wide eight. Switch. Here we go, 46. Slam. Check. Here we go, going to 54. Wide eight. 26.
Again to Elliott. And some room to work. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here we go. Let's go. Trips left. Omaha. Lucy.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles steps away to his left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Jaguars on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
11B. Green 80. Lucy.
Now Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Austin. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Gun.
Prescott from the gun. He finds Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26. There we go, going to 53. 26.
Throwing here, Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see that.
Money bag. Money bag. Money bag. Make it like a money bag. Money bag. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them like bridesmaids. And they all gangsta, don't be talking sideways. He said, you look